Hi everybody, it's Daria Nettleton and I am a Diamond Beachbody Coach. I am also a mom to two kids, Cole and Ava. Cole is 11 and Ava is 8, and I'm raising them with my husband Ron. We have half a farm, which includes horses, chickens, dogs, and a few animals inside the house too, which can be absolutely crazy. And up until 6 months ago, I was working in a corporate leadership role. So I have recently left that role and now I am coaching full-time. So I don't want to give you the impression that like I had some health and fitness background, because that's not where my prior experience came from, and it's just not the case. I definitely struggled like everybody else with my health and fitness, eating the right things, trying to reduce stress, spend more time with my family, as well as do something that I'm passionate about. So I also needed to be able to contribute to my family as well. So I'm really excited to talk to you about the sneak peek and helping you to decide whether coaching is right for you, how it could fit into your life, but also telling you about how coaches do it in different ways. So some people may have a story like me and you might relate to some of the things in my story, but you may also relate to other coaches, and we're going to share those stories as well. Not everybody is the same. There's definitely doctors and nurses, stay-at-home moms. There's people that do this part-time and full-time, and there's just really a lot of ways that you can do this as a coach. I would say that if you join the sneak peek and your main goal is to make boatloads of money, and you just want to get in here and you want to start, you love Beachbody products and just want to start selling stuff, and that's what your main goal is, I would tell you that coaching is not for you, that this is not going to be the right fit, because truly and honestly, this is really about helping people. You really have to have a desire to want to help people and share with them as well what has worked for you. It's not something that you do if you don't care. You really do have to care. You really are helping challengers. You're helping other people with their programs, and it's not something for somebody that just thinks they're going to, sell a product and then that's it. Because that's not what coaching is about. That's not what coaching on my team is about. That's not how we roll. So I want you also to see how coaches do fit differently fit this coaching into their life, and how you can make it a custom fit for you too if you do have that desire to really help others and achieve goals as well. So just to reiterate, I am a full-time working mom. I'm a full-time working coach. I built my Beachbody business while also working my full-time corporate job over the past 3 years. So I always had an interest in health and fitness, but my corporate life just didn't go that way. I ended up looking into different fields, and my career ended up taking a different track for the past 23 years. So I don't have that background, but what I do have is a bachelor's degree in communications, and I ended up specializing in mergers and acquisitions. I received additional certifications in human resources, and as the years went on, I ended up having increasing roles and responsibility, and I always put 110% into my positions, so it grew and grew. But that came with a big cost, because it came with a cost of time with my family. It came with a time cost that I was doing 12 to 14 hour days, not including a commute. At the time I did lose a loved one, and the grief was just crushing, and really it was just I was sort of like in a tailspin, and I wanted to improve my health and get myself back on track, because after all those years and the stress and everything, I didn't take care of myself very well. I wasn't putting me first, and in the little time I did have, I was absolutely exhausted. So that's when Beachbody came into my life, and it started with P90X. And it started with me joining a challenge group and trying to get through that program. And I got through P90X, and then I actually went to another 90 days of P90X3. And I drank my Shakeology, I stayed accountable, I learned about meal plans and things that I never knew about. I actually gained so much more in those groups because I gained friendships and accountability, and it was a community, but I could do it from home because I did not have the time to go to a gym. It was just another way of making this work for me. So I had these options, and I actually lost 15 pounds of body fat. I gained about 6 or 7 pounds of muscle. I absolutely transformed my body, and I really transformed my life. I was actually living a completely different lifestyle after the 6-month period than I had started. So, and I also completed something. Like I never, I was always one of those people that would start something and then stop and start and stop. So I was able to complete this. I had amazing energy for my kids, and post 2 surgeries, grief of losing somebody, amazing work stress, all of those things, I felt absolutely amazing. I just wanted to share that with other people, and I wanted to know, how could I teach other people how to do what I was doing, and how could I duplicate that? So that's how I decided to become a coach, because it was something that I knew. I'm like, I had the magic ticket. Like I knew it took work and it took consistency. But for me, somebody who lacked that for so many years, this was consistent for me. And it wasn't taking me away from home, because I had already been away from home so much. I could be home. I could work out from home. I could fit it in. I could show people how, even though they worked a full-time job, they could fit these workouts in and make it work for them. And they could make small changes in their health and their nutrition, and they could have a long-term result instead of making these drastic changes and then just, failing and then feeling like they don't want to get back onto it. I could help them share. I started sharing with them on my social media. I started writing a blog. I started sharing recipes, and then my business just grew. My business just took off because I was helping people. They were meeting their goals. They felt great about themselves. Some of them wanted to do it too. So it just snowballed from there, and people just kept asking me about my tips and tricks. So I was successfully able to leave my corporate job and create an income doing what I love, and really not a day goes by that I am not grateful, because I get to set my work day. I get to decide what it's going to be for me. It's not that I don't work hard, because I do, but if I have a kid that gets sick at school, I'm able to pick them up. I'm able to be there for them. I can just shift my work day into another time period so that I can be present for my family, which is something that I really wanted to do. I wanted to be present for people that were important for me, because I've also had other family members that have struggled with health, and I was able to be present for them because I didn't have to ask for the time off. I'm my own boss. I was able to do it. So, that's what mattered to me, and that's what meant the most to me. And I do have to put a lot of time and effort into it, but the payback has just been unbelievable. And I'm really glad that you took the time to put your trust in me, or put your trust in a coach that invited you to the sneak peek, because I think that you're going to learn a lot. I think that you can ask questions. We don't want you to reinvent the wheel. We're going to show you how we do this. We're going to show you what you can do, and you can be part of the #1 team in the company and do it the way that you want to do it. Because again, this can be a custom fit for you. This is just, my story is just one story about how I went from being a corporate working mom to being my own mom in my own corporate working life, working for myself. So there are many other stories that we're going to share with you during the sneak peek. And your goals, if you decide that coaching is for you, that's fantastic. We would love for you to join the team. If you decide that maybe it's not for you, maybe you'd prefer to try a challenge group or an accountability group, we can answer your questions and plug you into whatever you need and wherever you need to be, and give you the best advice that we can. And at the end of this sneak peek, we want you to be able to make the most educated decision about the direction that you want to go in, because whatever direction you choose is ultimately the right one. So I just want to thank you guys for your time, and I can't wait to hear what you have, what questions you have for us. Please post them. We want to hear them, and there'll be more to come. So thank you so much, and have a great day.